Hey runners, I'm Sarah, a group exercise instructor at UTSA Campus Recreation. Today, Ashley over here on my left and Kaylee on my right are going to lead you guys through a 20-minute workout that you can do right at home. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Meet me in a nice cross-legged position here. Nice and centered. And we're going to start bringing those arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And let the back of those palms face the floor on the way down. Fingertips stretching all the way up. Really bracing that core, deep, solid breaths through the body. Drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Great job, you guys. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Getting our bodies nice and ready, getting our minds focused in for this workout. Good. On this next one on the way down, I want you guys to give me a twist both ways, palm in front and palm behind. Activating those obliques, getting the back of our core nice and ready for today's workout. Fingertips stretched all the way out in front of you and all the way out behind you. Nice job, everybody. Good, you guys are looking awesome. Fully twisting both ways. Stretching up towards the ceiling. Exhaling on the way down. Good, strong breaths. One more each way. And last one. Good. Go ahead and meet me in a quadruped position now. Wrists aligned right underneath those shoulders. Hips underneath the knees. Taking it into some spinal balancing poses. Fully extending both limbs out. Fingertips away from the body. Activating that glute to get the full extension of the leg. Still bracing that core underneath you. Keeping that inhale on the way out, exhale on the way down. Nice and light landing when you let that wrist and that knee come back down to your mat. Awesome job, you guys. One more each side. Good. Now go ahead and place that right hand behind that opposite, or that ear on the same side. Bringing that elbow to that opposite wrist down beneath you. Opening up the body towards the ceiling. Getting that T-spine nice and open. Beautiful. Still breathing. Still bracing. Good, strong breaths on the way up. Solid exhale on the way down. Drawing that belly button in towards the spine. One more on this side. And place that hand nice and gentle down on the mat. Same thing on the other side. Elbow coming down to the opposite wrist. Opening up that T-spine. Good, you guys look great. Still keeping those good solid breaths. Awesome job. One more on this side. And relax. Place that wrist on the mat. Bring yourself back to a cross-legged position. Now we are going to go ahead and get straight into our workout. So for our workout today, we have the first half of the workout, 10 minutes. It's going to be 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and then we have our second 10 minutes with 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. If you guys are wanting to do a regression for some of the moves, go ahead and watch Ashley. If you are with me and wanting to do some progressions, then you are going to refer to Kaylee and I. So let's go ahead and get going. For our first move, I'm going to take you guys back to that quadruped position that we did in the warm-up. We're going to start it off with 10 seconds of rest. For our progression, it is just going to be a tabletop plank right here. If you're doing that regression, just a basic cat-cow, bracing that core both ways. So first 30 seconds, starting Perfect. Keeping those knees up off that mat, it's just the slightest little lift. Bracing that core, keeping a good tuck with that chin. Remember, if you are doing the regression, straight into that cat-cow, but really focus on that mind to muscle activation. Still holding 30 seconds. Nice job, you guys. Go ahead and come down for that rest. So this is a ladder style workout, so we have 10 seconds before we jump right back into that same move. Perfect. Go ahead and lift those knees off that mat. Remember, if you are doing that regression, looking at our friend Ashley over there, if you guys are with me, and Kaylee, keeping those knees just lifted off that mat, holding that pose nice and strong, core braced, back strong. Breathing to hold that pose. If you need to come down on that mat, that is okay. Next move, we are going in, take it all the way down to that mat for some Supermans. For our regression, single arm, single leg on both sides. If you are with Kaylee and I, full Superman, squeezing those glutes, getting the back of that core activated. Awesome job, everybody. 30 seconds here with these Supermans, and we are going back to the top with that tabletop plank. If you are feeling any discomfort in your back, go ahead and refer to Ashley for that regression. Taking it back to the top of our ladder, straight into that tabletop plank. Lifting those knees off the mat, holding this pose. If those quads or those shoulders start to get a little lit up, take a break, set those knees down. But if you can, keep that body strong, keep that mind focused. It is only 30 seconds, you can make it. Or go to that regression, just like Ashley is doing. Those cat-cows. Good, back to those Supermans. All the way down on that mat. Keeping that gaze towards the floor so you're not putting any strain on that neck. Really squeezing those glutes. Try not to let that core go on the way down, but keeping it engaged the entire time. Good, you guys are killing it. Stay with me. New move coming up into our ladder right after this. Awesome job. Now we are going into those elbow plank rocks. So that move is gonna look just like this. Nice strong core. And you are going to pivot on those toes. If you are doing that regression, go ahead and look at Ashley and just hold elbow plank on your knees. Or just hold that elbow plank here nice and strong. But if you're with Kaylee and I'm gonna challenge you to rock on those toes. Squeezing those glutes. Bracing that core. Good. All the way back to the top. That tabletop plank, that first move. Lifting those knees off the mat ever so slightly. Remember, use this time to recover here with that regression if you need it. If you need it. But if you can, and if you are with me, lift those knees off the mat. Breathe. Remember, if those shoulders and those quads are getting lit up, that is okay. Take it one step back with our regression. Or just bring those knees down. Going right into those Supermans. Gaze towards the mat. Lifting and lowering. You might notice each time that we come back to this move, you're able to get a little bit higher with your body. That's exactly what we want. Still breathing each time you are coming up and off that mat. Great job, you guys. Elbow plank rock. Here we go. Use this recovery time. Straight back in, pivot on those toes. Stay with me. You guys are working so hard. Thank you for fighting through each of these movements. Keep going. We are almost done with that first 10 minutes. Do not stop. Remember, go to that regression on those knees or just hold that elbow plank nice and strong. But if you can, add a few rocks. Awesome job. New move we are introducing here are those Russian twists. So you're gonna come up here, working those obliques in, twisting both ways. For that regression, place those feet on the mat, just like this. You can be here for the progression, or you can point those toes if you'd like. But I'd much rather you get that full rotation both ways. Don't worry about that foot placement too much. Awesome job, you guys. Keep going. After this, we are going back to the top of our ladder. And then you will get a 1-minute recovery break before we hit into that second 10 minutes. Here we go. Cat-cows for that regression. Remember, focusing on actually activating that core, not just compensating with other parts of your body. Using that breath to keep yourself going. Focusing on the sound of my voice, I will keep you moving. Nice job, you guys. Hold this exercise. You can make it. Good. Take it down to that mat. Supermans. Using this as your recovery time if you need it. Gaze towards the mat, not letting go of that core even when you come down. Awesome job, you guys. Keep working. It is okay if you are shaking. It is okay if you are struggling. That is what you are here for. Woo! Elbow planks. Here we go. Remember, coming down to those knees if you need to. You have 10 seconds before we start each exercise. Use that time to rest your body. Refer to us for that next move. Making sure that those hips are not too high towards the ceiling, but also not dip too low towards the mat. Pivot on those toes. Stay with me. We got it. You got it. Okay, thank God. Russian twists. Russian twist, here we go. Lifting those legs off. Remember, you can point those toes if you'd like. Or you can stay here or here, whatever your body is feeling. But remember, the most important thing is getting that full rotation both ways. Last move, we are gonna hold that high plank. Bringing that body all the way up for that regression. Coming down on those knees here. But if you're with Kaylee and I, just holding a good isometric hold to finish us out. You get a 1-minute break after this. Keep breathing, keep going. You are almost done. Woo! Nice job, you guys. 1-minute rest here. For this next half, we are gonna be focusing on the lower part of our core and our obliques. So continue to rest, breathe, and then we are gonna be doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest to finish us out. That is gonna be 10 minutes. Reward your body by relaxing here. Deep breath. In through that nose, out through that mouth. Acknowledging all that hard work that you just did. Mentally checking back in for this second half we are about to kill. You guys did amazing. Thank you so much for working hard. 40 seconds is starting. For our first move, I'm just gonna demo for you guys. We are gonna be right here, and we are gonna take it back to that warm-up move with those spinal balancing poses. So I'm just demoing right now. Drawing that elbow in. Bringing that knee towards the opposite elbow. And then for that regression, you are just going to do exactly what we did in the warm-up. Nice gentle placement on the way back down. Continue to rest here. 40 seconds is starting. So go ahead and get braced for our first exercise. You can continue to be in that cross-legged position, or you can meet us here. We are getting started in 20 seconds. Mentally checking back in for our workout. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Here we go. Extending, full extension on those limbs, using that glute, switching off each time. Good, nice job, you guys. Keep holding it here. We are gonna be taking it into some seated ab circles next. Good, go ahead and meet me on that mat. Next move, bringing those legs in little circles to the right, or I'm sorry, to the left. Starting now for that regression, just holding those legs up, keeping a nice crunched position. Only moving those legs to the left because later in the workout we are going only to the right. 40 seconds of work here. Awesome job. Keep moving, keep going. You guys are doing awesome. Stay working with me. Keep those legs strong. Trying not to just use those hip flexors to keep yourself moving, but really crunching in with that core. Hold it if you are on that regression. Good, there we go. Taking it onto your backs. We are gonna take it into some heel taps, rest here. It's going to look just like this. Reaching for those heels if you're on that regression, just keep those palms on the mat and crunching up. Nice and easy. But if you are with Kaylee and I, reaching for those heels, keeping those hands on the mat for that progression, crunching towards the toes, just like this. Awesome job, you guys. Going back to those seated ab circles to the right. On this next move, Woo. Taking your 20 seconds of rest here. Reach for your water or your towel anytime you need it. Deep breath, stay focused, stay in it. Lift those legs up. Seated ab circles to the right. Remember, just holding those legs nice and centered for that regression. 40 seconds. If you are doing that regression, I just want to challenge you to add a few circles in there if you can and go back to that regression when it becomes too much. Challenge yourself. Awesome job, you guys. Keep moving. Remember, not using those hip flexors just to keep your legs going. Using that core. Awesome job. Now, taking it back onto your back. We are going to be doing those leg lifts. So crunching those legs, I'm sorry, not crunching, but lifting and lowering those legs for that regression. We are going to be just keeping it at some flutter kicks, pointing those toes, bracing that gaze to keep a good crunch. If you are with Kaylee and I, lifting and lowering those legs. Not letting those heels come all the way down to the ground, but just above it, and bracing back up. Keep it moving. You guys are awesome. Nice job. Back to the top. Last time through and you are done after this. Ten seconds. There we go. Full extension with those limbs. Drawing that elbow in towards that knee. Switching off every time. Regression is just normal bird dogs right here. Gentle placing on that mat. You can do a few reps on each side if that's what your body is feeling. Or you can switch it each time. Just keeping that core working for that 40 seconds. Good, awesome job, you guys. Coming back to those seated ab circles, going to the left. Use this recovery period, use this rest. Get ready to get back in it. Lifting those legs. Just working those feet in a circle to the left. Add in a few circles if you're on that regression, or just hold it. Whatever your body is telling you to do, just keep working, keep moving. Keep breathing. Heel taps are our next move, coming back after this. Awesome job, you guys. Taking it back down to that mat. So for our regression, keeping those hands on the ground, crunching up towards those heels if you're with Kaylee and I. Reaching for those heels, moving that core each way. Good, you guys. We are almost done. You have 2 more exercises after this. And then we are taking it into our cool down. Thank you so much for working hard today. Give me everything you have left on these last few moves. Good, come back up. Seated ab circles going to the right. We have 15 seconds. Breathing. Reaching for that water towel if you need it. Bring those legs up. Same thing we did 2 moves ago, except we are moving those legs to the right. Remember not to just use your hip flexors to keep yourself up, but really bracing your core in, drawing that belly button in, back towards the spine, focusing on where you want to feel it in your core. Good, we are almost done. You have the rest of this interval and 1 more after this. Give it all you got. Awesome job, you guys. We have 1 more round. 1 more round, 40 more seconds. 20 seconds of recovery here. Leg lifts are our last move for 40 seconds. Or those flutter kicks. 3, 2, 1. And lift those legs. This is your last 40 seconds of the day. Make it count, make it your best. Lowering and lifting those legs. Awesome job, you guys. Keep it moving. Letting those heels come just above the ground. And relax. Amazing job today, runners. You guys did a fantastic job. I'm going to take you guys into our cool down for today. Awesome job today, runners. Thank you guys so much for working out with us. I hope you had an awesome time. We are going to take you guys through a quick cool down just to help the body recover. Go ahead and start me off with the same thing as we did in that warm up. Nice, deep, relaxing breaths all the way up. Palms facing towards that ceiling. On the way down, back of that hand towards the mat. Closing the eyes. Feeling that pulse go down, that heart rate go back down. Good. Deep, strong breaths. And taking it back to that quadruped position that we started off in. Going into those cat-cows. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Rounding that back all the way towards the ceiling. Curving that spine. Feeling the body come back down into a nice relaxing place. Slowing that breath. Shutting the eyes if you want to. Thanking your body for all of its hard work today. Thanking your mind for staying focused. Doing each one of these cat-cows with intent. Awesome job, you guys. Go ahead and drop those hips back towards the heel. Find child's pose. Keeping that gaze towards the mat. Reaching as far as you can out in front of you with those fingertips right down the center above your head. Feeling that pulse come down gradually even more. Thank you guys so much for your time today, for your hard work, for your push, for your drive. Go ahead and walk those hands over to the right side. Feeling that stretch on one side of your body, making sure those hips stay drawn towards the back of those heels. Nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Feeling that stretch in those shoulders, in that back, in those glutes. Letting the core relax. Now, whenever you're ready, walking those hands back center and moving their way towards the left. Hands all the way to that opposite side. Feeling that stretch on the other side of the body. Still staying calm with that breathing. Letting the mind come back down with the heart rate. With those arms relaxed, letting all of that tension go. Really feeling that stretch. And walk those hands back center. Keep me back in that quadruped position, nice and slow, and then take yourself to that nice, even cross-legged position. Back to where we started. 3 more deep breaths, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale on the way down, beautiful. Deep breath in through that nose. Nice and strong, out through the mouth. 1 more for me. And now we clap because you guys did awesome today. Thank you guys so much for working out with us. Make sure you guys check out the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel. Go Runners!